our first Moto Academy Supercross race just happened, and I got second. Didn't win. I got second. The races were
still worthy of a clap. I mean, you know, still
worthy of a clap. I thought I actually rode well considering how rusty I am. I mean, I don't think, I know you and I probably have this conversation often. I don't think people understand how little I ride because there's so much content, right? So obviously people probably assume that guy must get seat time always. But
you know what's crazy? The coaches don't get a chance to ride very often. Like when you guys fly in, I mean, think about how many laps you're doing for the day. You're probably doing what, 1 or 2 in the morning on someone's bike after they practice, 1 or 2 demonstrations, but you're not even putting in a full lap. So you guys might do 10 laps in a training.
No, not even. I'd say the cumulative at a class, probably 3 to 4 laps if I'm lucky, like total laps by the end of the day.
Gosh, dude.
Yeah. So it's better than nothing.
Mitchell's got you beat.
Mitchell at least makes the time to train and ride in between.
Yeah.
When it's not 0 degrees in Minnesota, but yeah. So I knew going into it, I'm like, okay, let's hope the races are short or something because I'm not going to be able to, even on amateurs. I don't care what this is. It could be in an oval, and I'm not going to, with no jumps, and I'm not going to make it very long. Deb and Fran, the owners of Winchester, they had complete control over how basically the race day was structured. We talked about it beforehand, but I said, listen, this is what you got. You guys know how to run a race day. You take care of that. We'll do everything else. We'll engage with the community and create the content and all that other stuff. And so what they kind of, I think, learned from this first one is that with a more of a full-blown Supercross, you can't make the races as long. They really need to probably do them by minutes and clock the minutes next time, because they were doing laps. And our heat race, my heat race was 8 laps on like a minute and 10-second track. So it was probably a 10+ minute heat race.
Yeah.
That I was praying for the checkered flag by lap 3.
Have you ever had any other races in your career where you're like, please, flag guy, just give me the white flag, please?
Oh, more races than I can count.
Okay.
Yes. But this was one of those. And when we got off the track, I was trying to assess a little bit. I went up to Joe Tate. Joe Tate was the person who beat me. And I'm like, did you get tired or was it just me? He goes, oh, no, that I was toast. He goes, in the main event, I was kind of asking around too. I'm like, do we need more laps in the main event? Because I feel like that was plenty of laps for a main event. And everybody was totally fine. They're like, honestly, it could have been even less for the main event and I would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I think
so. It was just too long of a moto. By the time it was halfway through, my arms were pumped up so bad. I was 4 fingers on the front brake, 4 fingers on the clutch, just holding on for dear life.
Yeah, I think once you with Supercross too, because things are happening so fast, you're usually holding on tighter. Your body's moving more because the obstacles aren't as spaced apart. Your eyes are searching quicker because everything's just tighter track. I think. Man, for me, if the golden number is 3 laps, I'm like, okay, I can do 3 laps. But other than that, man, I'm waiting for that flag dude to throw it. There's some times when I'm racing and I look at it and I'm like, I feel personally affronted by him because he's not throwing it when I want him to. like I want to throw hands, but what's optimum are you thinking for the number of laps or the time that you're looking for a heat versus a main event? And how do you
if they did time, it would be appropriate and it'd be easy for them to be able to stay on schedule. I think if they just did 6 minutes or something like that, right? It's plenty. Yeah. Because some of these that they were doing by laps, especially when so the day was beautiful. Sun was out. Honestly, it was almost too hot for me to be racing out of shape, but it was perfect. As soon as the first half finished, second moto start up, my race gets out there. I'm Moto 5 out of like 28 classes or whatever it was. And with 2 laps to go, it starts downpouring in my moto. So I basically made it out clean. Just 2 of my laps it was raining. And then it never stopped raining the entire rest of the 22 motos that were left on the schedule. Oh. And I stuck it out and stayed there until the day ended. And it was a mutter by the end of it. And they were still giving them what felt like the same amount of laps. And these races felt so long.
Yeah.
I was just like, these poor bikes out there, just do it by minutes. And if these guys do 2 laps in 6 minutes, that's good. That's good. So I think lesson learned on that. It was also a track that got at least me tired, and maybe the New England people loved it because they're used to Southwick and sand. But the way that it shaped up is because these berms were still not super packed in yet, and the dirt is a little bit like river silty, so the berms turned into like sandblast berms, which is my kryptonite. So I'm trying to be all precise, and then I rely on front end traction, and yeah, sand berms and Supercross was a little bit weird for me. And just meanwhile, I got Joe Tate next to me on a 252 stroke, just
screaming,
absolutely blasting the sand berms.
Man, and he's really good with tracks like that. Like, I think I saw a video.
He's just loose.
He's loose with it. Yeah, him at like I think he was at a 207 or Morrison's track or something like that, and he was going through some of those corners. I'm like, man, like. It looks like he's not. I don't even know if he's hitting the brakes. I'll be honest with you, but yeah, it was. He's really good. He's really good at that.
He's
stuff.
he's fast, and I told him too. I'm like, man, you would be good at Supercross. Like, come and ride this thing more, especially in October when we turn it to a pro track. But it was super cool because every single pro guy, forget about the pro guys, but everybody there was like, AJ, I'm starting group chats. I'm gonna let everybody know that this was way better than I would have ever even imagined that it would have been. So that was cool. And that was the idea with the first one. Like, I don't care how many people show up. Let's get word out there and let the word spread that this thing is good. And because I think it got a bad reputation probably over the last 10 years of just not being a legit Supercross, right? If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.